Well, Cecil, I'm waiting for you to explain.
That's why I came over. There are a lot of things that I want to tell you.
Well, I think one of them should be an explanation of why you wouldn't answer the telephone when I called you at Sally's house.
Why did you phone there for me?
I'd tried every place else.
Well, I don't want you to blame Sally. She didn't hang up on you. I did.
Do you expect me to believe that?
You can believe anything you want to.
Oh, wait, Cecil. Let's don't quarrel. Here. See? I'm sorry.
Will you sit down, April? I have something to tell you.
No, it's all right, honey. I know you must have a good reason for doing what you did. It's just because that I love you, so I can't help but be jealous.
It's about something else that I want to tell you.
All I want you to tell me is how much I mean to you.
Won't you please sit down and listen to what I have to say?
You sit down first, and I'll sit on your lap.
No, April. You sit down. I'll stand up.
What's the matter, honey? We're alone. Daddy's out.
Oh, it's not that. Listen, I'm serious. I want to talk to you.
Well, you certainly look serious.
I'll tell you why I was with Sally when you phoned, why I went over to see her, and why I told her not to answer the telephone when you called.
You don't have to tell me. I'll admit I was hurt at first, but that's only because, well, it's something that you don't know about. Here, honey, sit down with me. Come on, don't be a cross old bear.
Oh, all right. I'll sit down with you then.
Can I snuggle? Do you mind?
April, I've got to tell you this. I hope you don't get sore about it.
I promise I won't. You're the boss in our home before and after we're married.
That's just what I want to tell you about.
Oh, I'm so happy, honey. I don't think I'd want to live if anything happened to us now.
Oh. Where'd your father go?
Down to see a friend of his, a bishop. Did you know we were going to be married by a bishop? Think of that.
Don't you think I ought to know about what's going on?
You're cross about something. It's my fault. I know it is. I didn't mean to jump on you when you came in. Won't you forget it? Come on, let's kiss and make up.
April, can't we turn the lights up in here? It's too dark.
No, please don't turn on the lamp. I turned it out purposely.
Why?
It's my head. I've had these awful headaches lately. It's nothing. Don't you worry about me.
I'm sorry you have a headache, but I've got to have this over with tonight.
All right. I'll show you how good I can be. I'll sit up and listen to every word you say. You'll be proud of me after we're married.
I hope I'll be proud of you if we're not married.
Cecil, don't say things like that. I'll go cold all over. You may think I'm silly, but you don't know what this means to me.
It means a whole lot to everybody. That's why we should talk about it.
Right you are. So I'll tell you something that I wasn't going to tell you before. It's really Daddy's secret, but I'll tell you.
You can tell me about that later. April, this whole
But
thing...
I want to tell you now. I think you need something to cheer you up.
April, please let me get this over with. I've put it off too long now.
No, I won't do it. You've got to listen to me first.
Oh, all right. What is it then?
First, put your arm around me.
What is it you're going to say?
Goodness, Cecil. You can put your arm around me. We're engaged, you know.
April, that day in the office when you came in...
Hush. Be stubborn if you want to. I'll make you feel ashamed. Cecil, do you know what Daddy has given us for our wedding present?
He can't do that, April. He can't give us anything.
Oh, but you're wrong. He can give us anything he wants to. There's no use arguing. He's going to give you his half interest in the agency.
He's what?
Daddy's decided that he doesn't really want to be tied down after all, and he's turning over the entire business to you.
He can't do that. I don't want it. I won't take it.
You'll have to, dear. You couldn't hurt him. He thinks you're such a grand person. You've been like a son to him. That's why he took you in when your Aunt Violet put up the money.
But I don't want a wedding present. I don't want to own the whole thing.
Oh, don't be so proud. It doesn't mean a whole lot to Dad. Then you can call the firm Shortridge Incorporated, Automobile Showrooms. Won't that look grand on the windows?
April, you've got to stop your father from doing that.
But I can't. He's having the papers made out.
Oh, what a mess.
I think it's wonderful. But most wonderful of all will be the Mrs. Cecil Shortridge on my calling card.
April, listen to me. Two people should never get married unless they're deeply in love, should they? I mean, both of them.
What do we care about other people?
Please don't stop me. April, I haven't had a chance to be alone with you 10 minutes since you announced our engagement.
And you've wanted to be alone with me? Oh, darling, that's sweet of you.
I've wanted a chance to talk to you. All these plans are being made without asking me anything.
But, darling, it's the girl's place to make the plans.
April, we can't go ahead. We can't do it.
What do you mean?
Just what I said. I just can't do it.
Oh, you mean all the fuss and bother? A bishop marrying us? A big church wedding? Oh, honey, why didn't you say so before? I wouldn't have gone ahead.
No, it's not all that. April, there's something about our engagement that you never did understand. I haven't had a chance to straighten it out, and it's gone so far now that I... What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. It's all right. Go on.
What are you holding your head for?
Nothing. What were you saying, dear?
Have you got a headache?
Oh, I've had them all my life. It's nothing new, only I ought to take something for them.
April, I hope we can understand each other. I don't want to have anybody hate me, and I don't like to fight. So let's try and look at the whole thing without flying off the handle, huh?
Cecil, wait a minute. I want to run upstairs for a minute. I'll be right down.
You going to take an aspirin for your headache?
Yes. I went to an ear, eye, and nose specialist today. He left the prescription for me, and it's up in the bathroom. I forgot it. I'll be right down.
Of course, I'll wait.
I won't be a minute, dear. There's a magazine on the table behind you.
Oh, no. Can I use your telephone?
Of course.
All right. Westview 4325. Oh, what a life. Hello, Sally. I'm over here at April's house now. Oh, no, she went upstairs for a minute. No, I haven't told her the truth yet. Gee, I'm having a hard time. I just called you up to get a little moral support. Oh, I'm going to break the engagement, all right. It's got to be done. It's not my fault she misunderstood me and thought I was proposing to her in the office that day. Oh, it's an awful mix-up. To make things worse, her dad's going to turn over his share in the agency to me for a wedding present. Can you tie that? And here I have to tell the girl I don't love her and can't get married. She'll hate me for it. And her dad and I are in business together, too. Hey, wait, Sally. I'll phone you how I come out later. April's coming back downstairs. Goodbye.
I wasn't away a minute now, was I?
No. Have you still got your headache?
Yes, it won't leave. I know that. I was born with a headache.
Sit down again, April. I didn't finish what I wanted to tell you.
I know you didn't. But wait, Cecil. I want to tell you something first.
What is it?
If I ask you a question, will you answer it truthfully?
Why, of course.
If you were engaged to a girl and she, lost an arm or a leg, would that make any difference?
That's kind of silly, April.
Would you let that make any difference?
If I really loved her, it'd make me want to marry her all the more.
Oh, Cecil. Oh, honey, I've been so miserable.
What's the matter, April? What are you crying for?
Cecil, I told you that I went to see the doctor this afternoon about the headaches I always have. Cecil, do you know what's going to happen to me?
No. What did he say?
I'm going blind, Cecil. He told me it was hopeless, that I'd be totally blind in less than 3 months.
April, not really.
I didn't want to spoil your happiness, but I had to tell you. I don't want to be blind, Cecil. I don't want to.
Oh, April, this is awful. Oh, gee.
I nearly died when he told me. Oh, if I didn't have you, Cecil, I don't think I could go on.
Is that why you have the lights turned down?
Yes. Now, what was it you were going to tell me, dear?
Nothing, April. I wasn't going to say anything. Oh, gee, don't feel bad, kid. It's just in the cards, I guess. Just forget that I started out to say anything to you, will you, April?